All right, let's take a look at the next example here, number 20. Same information. We've got two vectors whose magnitudes are given. Vectors u magnitude is 25, and vectors v magnitude is 30. And the angle between the two vectors is 75 degrees. So let's draw a picture. Let's go ahead and construct a picture here for number 20. So with that said, vector u, I'm going to do the same thing I did the other one. Let it be a horizontal vector, 25 units in length. And then vector v, which is a little bit longer in magnitude, 30, is 75 degrees off that. So let's go ahead and draw that in. There's vector v. So again, vector u, 25, vector v is 30. And let's go ahead and construct our parallelogram. Opposite sides, right, are parallel and congruent. So if we want, we'll go ahead and label those sides while we're at it. 25 units, 30 units. And what we're trying to find in this parallelogram is this diagonal, right, which we call the resultant vector, vector u plus v, which is that diagonal. Diagonal forms the initial points of both. All right, we again know the angle. Let's go ahead and draw in the angles that we're given. This was, again, remember, a 75 degree angle. Of course, this one is also 75 degrees. And we know, again, this angle will be the supplement of that. So we got to find 180 minus 75 degrees, which is what? We got, 105 degrees. So this angle here is 105. And, of course, opposite congruent, that's also 105 degrees. So all those, we add them up, what's 360? 75 plus 75, which is 150. And 105 plus 105, which is 210, which they do add up 360. So we add those together. With that said, let's find the resultant, again, which is vector u plus v right here. So in finding that, we know, again, I'm going to use this upper triangle again. But highlight it. We've got that side, angle, side, triangle. Side, angle, side. So we can go use our law of cosines, right? Law of cosines works for side, angle, side, works for side, side, side. There are two types. And again, to find u plus v, we pick that side. We know u plus v squared equals the sum of squares of the other two sides, which are 30 units and 25 units each. So the squares of both of those. Minus twice their product, 2 times 30 times 25, times the cosine of the angle opposite, which is 105 degrees. So again, we're ready to take the square root, and we'll have the magnitude of vector u plus v. So again, u plus v, its magnitude, right, is equal to the square root of 30 squared plus 25 squared, minus 2 times 30 times 25, times the cosine of 105 degrees. And we'll round that to the nearest tenth, all right, as we do that. So let's go put that in our calculator. Let's see what we come up with. So we'll type that in together. So let's pull up our TI. So in here, again, second square root 30 squared plus 25 squared minus twice the product, 2 times 30 times 25. All right. And let's go ahead and clear that out. Let's go back here on this one. 2 times 30 times 25. We'll have to type that in. And then times the cosine of the angle opposite, which was the cosine of 105 degrees. Just again, make sure your calculator, let's check the mode, right? Our mode is degrees, so we're good on that, so it knows degrees. All right, so as we hit the enter button, so we're going to get a decimal, and we want to round it to the nearest tenth. So 43.7. 43.7 would be our magnitude for vector u plus v. So we've got magnitude, right? Now we want to find direction. So to give direction, right, we're going to find the angle between the resultant vector, right, and what? Vector u. And let's go ahead and show that here in red. Let's go back to our drawing. This angle right here, we need that. So what's the angle off vector u to u plus v? That'll give us our direction. I'm going to call it alpha. So alpha equal what? Now to find that, I'm going to use this triangle now at the bottom. Now we know this side here, I'll put that above it, that's 43.7 units in length. So we have a side-side angle triangle, so we can use law of sines, right? We want to find angle alpha. So sides are proportional, sines the opposite angles. So what's the opposite side of alpha? That's 30. So 30 divided by the sine of alpha equals what? What other ratio can we use in this triangle at the bottom? 43.7. We can use the resultant vector, the diagonal, its length, divided by the sine of the angle opposite, which is 105 degrees. And then we'll take the cross products and we'll set those equal. So that's 43.7 times the sine of alpha equal to 30 times the sine of 105 degrees. And as we divide out the coefficient on both sides, 43.7, we get alpha or sine of alpha, and then we can just use inverse, right, to find the angle alpha. Since we got the function value, we'll use our inverse property to get the angle measurement. So we're ready for inverse function. So with that, we got alpha equal to sine inverse of 30 times the sine of 105 degrees divided by 43.7. So we want to put that in our calculator and see what we come up with. So let's go type that in, see what we get for alpha. So as we type that in, second sine is sine inverse. We got 30 times the sine of 105 degrees, which our calculators are in degree mode, divided by 43.7, close the parentheses. I got 41.5, so what, 42 degrees? 42 degrees, rounding to the nearest degree. So there's alpha. So we've got our angle now, our direction. So we're 42 degrees off vector u. So again, there's our direction for our vector. So those are the two things we need, right? We need magnitude and we need direction. That defines our resultant vector there, vector u plus v.